Hey guys, I am unreasonably excited today because this is the first time I get to say welcome back to my channel. Woo! If you haven't been here before, this is my second video, so welcome. You are early. The reason why I am in the middle of the forest right now, I'm literally sitting on the floor, is because I was just on a walk and I've walked about like 10 kilometers to get here, maybe more, hence why I'm probably a little bit sweaty and yeah, but just whatever. When I'm walking, there is nothing I love doing more than listening to women yap. I listen to Madeline Archie. I don't know how you pronounce it, but her and Olivia Neal. And guys, like, there's nothing that I love more genuinely than just hearing a woman like say what's on her mind. So then I started having a bunch of thoughts and I was like, you know what, I feel like I could yap for Scotland right now, so let me just sit down. We are on the forest floor, guys. There are bugs everywhere. We're getting bitten to shit, but it's okay. I'm really feeling like that guy, you know, that guy Gooby Dooby. That's not his name, but his name is something like Gooby Doo or something. And he's like always chilling out in the forest with his dog, and he's like an ex-neuroscientist or something who quit his, or like a brain surgeon. He quit his brain surgery job to like go be in the forest. It's like the most iconic thing. I love, and his videos are all like 2 hours long, which is perfect for me and my attention span, because I just like, I don't want to like have to choose a new video every 5 minutes. Like, just talk to me and let's get to know each other, you know? Let's just spend some time together, you know? We are literally in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, it's kind of scary. Anyway, when I was walking, I was just having so many thoughts and I was like, listen, let me just... Something that came to my mind was how I feel about being a perceived introvert. And if you know me, you're probably like, Lucy, what are you talking about? You just are an introvert. And to that I say, fair enough, I kind of am. But I also would like to say some more things about that. Let me also preface this by saying, I always see people in the comments of vlogs being like, oh my god, I love this so much. This was just like being on FaceTime with my friend. Girl, I have like maximum 3 friends who I would FaceTime. Like, I just don't have FaceTime friends, you know? So I don't really know what that's like. Anyway, back to the topic. So yeah, being a perceived introvert. I am 100% a perceived introvert and also potentially an actual introvert, but I just want to talk about what the differences are. So I guess let's start with the definition. So the definition that I hear around the most is like, an introvert is someone who gains energy from being alone, and an extrovert is someone who gains energy from being around people. And I kind of have that, but I actually love to be around people. It's just that sometimes when I'm around them, I will be like quiet and shy. But like, okay, here's the thing. I feel like it also depends who the people are, obviously, because there's some friends I have. There's like a group of 5 of us who I just love hanging out with them. We don't hang out all that much because we are barely ever all free at the same time. But when we do, I'm like, guys, I could just hang out with you forever. And we met on our year abroad in LA, and we literally spent, I'm not kidding you, like, we literally hung out every single day that we were in LA. We were doing something together. Like, we would eat together, we would go out, like, all the time. Sorry, I keep waving this stick around, it's probably really annoying. Yeah, like, we just didn't leave each other's side. Like, we were in each other's rooms, in each other's like apartments. Everything was just together. And okay, that was actually the worst year of my life in a lot of ways, but also it was like also the best year of my life in a lot of ways. And I just think if I hadn't been around them every day, it would have sucked so much. And don't get me wrong, there were definitely times during that year where I was like, okay, like, I need to be alone right now. Like, genuinely, I would probably nap like every single day, and that would be my alone time, where I would gain energy from obviously sleeping, but also just being alone. But I loved living like communally with them. Like, I just loved, it was honestly like Friends, the sitcom. Like, we were just together every day, and it was just the best, and I love them. But I've also had the experience of living like quite a solitary life, right? Like, I just spent the last year living alone for the first time ever, and I loved it. Like, I loved living alone and just coming home, having a space that there was nobody in. Like, there's something so like peaceful that it brings you to know that you have the opportunity to be fully alone. Honestly, I think I needed that stability after, like, you know, everything that's occurred in the last few years. But at the same time, I was like, you know what, it would be actually really fun to have roommates. Like, I actually would love, I think the next place I live, because right now I'm living at home for a month, I want to have roommates and I want to be friends with them. But yeah, so I am under no illusions that I'm an extrovert. Like, I genuinely would never claim extrovert, and I don't think anyone in my life would be surprised to hear me say that. But something I did learn about myself from my last job, where I was working in person 5 days a week. I was in the office and there was like 30 people there every day. is I actually love being around people. Like, I actually love being around people and just like talking to them and like hearing about people's lives and like learning the characters in people's lives and thinking about them and having opinions about them and like just like, I don't know, I think it just exposes you to so many different life experiences without having to experience them yourself. Like, it gives you the chance to think about, oh, like that's a new situation that hasn't occurred in my life, right? So like, how would I think about that? How do I approach things like that? How does that, what like guttural reaction does that information that you've just told me about your life bring out in me? And I think that's like so energizing actually, because not only are you learning more about the people around you, but you're also learning more about yourself, like without even having to do the hard thing of like experiencing it, if that makes sense. And obviously the knowledge that you gain from that is different to like somatic knowledge where you actually like embody the learning, but it's still just like, it just triggers interesting thoughts that you would have never had alone. Like, I have very interesting thoughts when I'm by myself and I love my own company genuinely, but sometimes you need some external input, right? It's like you need to consume something to have an output. I think one of the biggest issues that I have, and I'm very aware of it, is that I simply cannot be myself around people until I've known them for like at least a year, but probably more though, honestly. Like, I would genuinely say the only people that know me, and even these people, there are things they don't know about me, right? I would say are my sister, she knows me like as a person and like how I am with things, but she doesn't know all the information about my life, if that makes sense. And then the only other person I feel like I've been 100% myself around is literally my ex, which is so embarrassing to say, but whatever, he's not gonna watch this. So, but I was like honest with that guy. Like, I held nothing back, especially towards the end of the relationship. I was just saying everything on my mind. I honestly never shut up, and that would seem insanely out of character for a lot of people that know me, because like, yes, I'm yapping right now, but like, I don't do this to people in real life. I don't sit people down and be like, oh my god, listen to my life, listen to my thoughts, like here's what I think about everything, you know? Like, I just don't. I'm more of like a listener type where people will tell me things and I find it so interesting to hear what people think and what people want to say. I'm just like, I am actually so listening to you, and I really care what you're saying, and I just want to like hear it and just like live in your world while you talk about it. Like, I love that. Also, has anyone tried these? They're so fucking good. They're sap energy pouches. They are 100% maple syrup and salt. Guys, I thought I was gonna be disgusted. Sorry guys, I ran out of storage. But yeah, drinking maple syrup, sounds disgusting to me, but honestly, this stuff, it's like, I think it's the salt. It like, I'm not really like a sweet person, but when you put a little bit of salt in it, yes, I can get behind that. You know what though, having said that, when I was last in Canada, I went on a maple syrup tasting, and guys, I thought I was gonna be gagging, but it was so good. Like, I could have drank like a liter of that stuff, and that's honestly how I feel about this. So maybe I just love maple syrup. An issue I have is like, yeah, I just won't be myself around you, and like, I don't know what it is, but there's like a blocker inside of me, and it's honestly, it's quite conscious. Like, I can feel it when it's happening. I'm like, oh yeah, I know I'm being like strange right now. I know I'm like being a little bit weird, and there's thoughts and words in my head that I would love to say, but I'm just not saying them. I think it's just a fear of being like perceived, a fear of being noticed by someone and being seen by them, and then like, I don't know why I don't like that idea, but I just don't. Sorry guys, mind my fidgeting hands, but I am going to be tearing up this stick as I talk. I started to notice I had this issue mainly in university. Like, I kind of thought in school, you know what, like, it's fine. I haven't found like my people where I'm like, oh yeah, like I am the same me around you as I am just around me. But everyone's like, okay, yeah, like in university you'll find your people, blah blah blah. So it's like, okay, maybe I'm not the problem. Maybe like it's just I haven't met my people yet, you know? And I told myself this for a long time, and I would witness people, especially women, like making friends with each other like so fast. Like, they would just meet and they would instantly be besties, and they would be all over each other and just having the best time and giggling and like telling each other secrets. And I feel like I never had that, and I know that it's because of me. Like, I know I'm the problem here. I think there's something about me that just doesn't invite that from people. And I think it's because if you don't give any vulnerability, right, like how can you expect to receive it? And that's so fair, actually. That's like really fair. I feel like I had it once, like the instant friendship thing, like with a woman, and it was fabulous. Like we met one night, I can't even remember where. I think it was like a party or like some friends of friends place, and she was so like, I feel like she didn't see the blocker in me that a lot of everybody else sees, where they're like, oh yeah, she's not like, I don't know, like guys, I honestly don't know what it is, but there's something. Anyway, she didn't see whatever it was, and we just like instantly became like really quite good friends, like overnight basically. Honestly, it was so much fun, and it felt like I was experiencing like girlhood and like sisterhood for the first time in my life. And at this point I was probably like 21 or something. And it's not to say I haven't had that before, but in the past it's taken like 5 years of knowing someone to become like that with them. Whereas like with this girl, it was just like we just met and then we were like, fuck it, like let's be friends, and that was that. But honestly, I feel like there's a lot of people who have that experience like every week, or like whatever event they go to, they just like make a new bestie there. And like, and maybe it's just extroversion, I guess, but like I feel like it happens to introverted people too. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know, I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, I think it's because I'm putting some kind of a blocker up and I'm genuinely not being myself. And I think that's why I find being around people slightly more draining than being alone, even though I would hate to be alone all the time. Like it honestly, I do get energy from people and I love people, but there's something about being alone where I just know her. I know her so well. I've spent a lot of time with myself, and I like feel like I know myself like pretty well, and I like myself, and it's just this like no effort thing. I also think I actually really trust myself. Like I've given myself a lot of experiences where I've proven to myself that I can do really hard things. And not only that, but I can do them on my own. Like I've done a lot of things like very, very hyper independently. And I think that's built this relationship with myself where I'm like, I genuinely know that I do not need anybody. I don't know, I kind of thought that was the goal. And now I'm like, yeah, that's not the goal. The goal is to be able to actually need people. I think for me, that's what's more tricky. It's like letting yourself actually need people and ask them for help, and like that's like a challenge for me. That's difficult. Like I kind of do ask my friends for advice, but I'm like, I kind of low-key feel like I always leave stuff out. And I was the same with my therapist. Like I would never tell my therapist the whole truth, and I don't know why. Like I just have this big fear of like telling people. Like I would literally lie to her and things wouldn't add up, things wouldn't make sense, and she was like, oh, like what about this thing that you said, what about this thing that you said? And I'd be like, oh yeah, like that was nothing, like that. I would like brush over like very important stuff because I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to like, I don't know, I like, it's actually really silly because I was paying money to not be healed. Like here's actually a good way of thinking about it. How many of your friends have seen you crying? Because for me the answer is like probably 1, or actually no, it's like 5, because I did cry in the club once and everyone was there. And I feel like that's a problem. Like I actually feel like that's a problem. I think it's abnormal to not like ever show your emotional side to your friends. I think there's something really amazing and like beautiful about being able to cry in front of people, and to like for that not to be like super weird. Also, I just want to clarify, this is fully a me problem, and there's nothing wrong with my friends. It's just me being weird. Also, I have a question. Why are horses allowed to poop everywhere, like all over the paths, but dogs aren't? Not to say I think dogs should be, but like I just think horses shouldn't be. Like get off your horse and pick up that like ginormous poop in the road. Is there a reason? Is this like, maybe this is a hot take, I don't know, but I just find it weird that we have different standards for dog poop and horse poop. Anyway, I'm about to turn 25 in a couple months, and I just think it's going to be an issue if I turn 25 and I still take 1+ years to open up to my friends. I feel like that is just not a way to live. So I guess I'll keep you updated on how that goes, but I'm also moving country, so it feels like a good time to try and like do a bit of self-improvement. I don't know. Also, side note, people who always assume that people who are moving countries are like running away from something, or like, you know, running away from themselves, or like all this stuff, I am not running away from myself. I love her. Like, I'm taking her with me. I just want to bring her with me. And we're going together, me and myself, to this new country to experience it together. Like, I'm not trying to escape myself. I get it, like, sometimes that's the case, but I've moved, like, a lot of times, and I feel like I really don't like the narrative that's like, oh, like, you're so, what's the word for people who, like, can't stay in one place? Like, you're so, like, I don't know, I can't remember the word, but, like, I don't think that's what's happening here. Like, I just want to see, I want to live, and I want to, like, have experiences, and it's not because I'm running away from something, guys. I'm running towards the world. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna go about, like, being myself in front of people. Like, what? Okay, how am I 24 and I haven't figured this out yet? But sorry, this is turning into a full-on therapy session, but I also think I have an issue with, like, putting my foot down and standing on my opinions. Like, people will be like, oh, what do you want to eat tonight? And I'll just be like, oh, what do you want to eat tonight? You know, and that type of shit, like, that is a slippery slope into not even being a person anymore. And I think I do have a bit of, like, people pleaser tendencies, but it's dumb because it doesn't even work. Like, it doesn't even work. So at the end of the day, if you want to be assertive and if you want to be, like, maintain your outline as a person and not, like, shrink to fit other people, then you're gonna have to be okay with, like, sometimes being annoying and sometimes being, like, maybe even being rude or, like, being unlikable in certain circumstances that people aren't going to agree with what you want and what you say. And, like, yes, compromise is important, but it's important both ways. Like, if you're always the one being like, oh yeah, whatever you want, or wherever you want to go, or whatever, like, music you want to listen to, then you are shrinking yourself as a person. And I did that for so long, to the point where you honestly question, like, what do I even like? Like, what do I actually like? And that's why I think it was valuable for me to live on my own, because I got to rediscover, like, everything that genuinely just is my opinion, and it has no input from other people. But now I need to take that knowledge and learning that's very, like, internal, and be able to show it to people and be able to be like, look, here's me and here's what I like and here's who I am, and, like, fucking take it or leave it, you know? So that's the mission. I'm gonna go home now, and got, like, a 10-kilometer walk to get there, so wish me luck, and I'll see you next week. Bye.